There's our manatee. We're at Manatee Springs, and guess what we see? A manatee. Well worth the $6 for this beautiful state park. All right, here's our first alligator. Yep, hanging out with his friend the manatee. Yeah, he's big, and we're really close. He's not real worried about us, though, is he? Hey, little sneaky guy. What you doing? So it's not extremely crowded here today at Manatee Springs, but there's a few people. Oh, he's taking a nap. He's tired. Check this guy out laying on his back. You can see his belly button. Is that his belly button? Or is that his... I don't think that's his belly button. A poop shoot.
Oh, he's scratching his back. You see him rolling back and forth.
Okay, this is where the spring run flows out into the Swanee River. We're at Manatee Springs State Park, and Bruce said, what did Bruce say? Oh, he left me. He said, don't go out on the river. So guess where I'm gonna go? All right, so this is day 2 at Otter Springs State Park in, I think it's Trenton, Florida. And we came for the springs, but the springs have been browned out. Fanning Springs has also been browned out, which means that the river is really high and it is nothing but black water everywhere. I'm surrounded by water, and I've kind of started freaking myself out because I thought, okay, you know what? I'm going to take the creek run, spring run, whatever you call it, that connects to the river. I'm going to take that out and see the Swanee. Well, it's a lot further than I anticipated. So, I turned around and I'm on the way back, and I'm trying not to imagine the huge creatures that are swimming below me right now in this black water, but it is still very pretty out here at Otter Springs. And I guess maybe, you know, if you want to stay here, I see some other boaters. You know, check to see if the springs are browned out first, which normally you can't kayak or boat to the springs. It's kind of just a swimming area. But since the water is so high, you can go out there, but you can't really tell that it's a spring because the water is so deep and so dark. And again, a little bit creepy. So, this is day 2. The campground's pretty cool. And I'm going to head over and take some video of the browned out spring, so you'll know what to prepare for. So, as I was paddling back to civilization, I ran into a couple of people, and they said there is a manatee at the spring, so we're gonna go see if we can see it. The water's really dark, so it's kind of hard to see, but he said it was really big. Okay, so we're here at the spring, and you can't really tell. The water is not supposed to be at this high. These rocks are not supposed to be in water, from what I understand. Through the woods is the campground, then there's playground, and then there's the big lodge where they have bingo, and they have little cabins that you can rent out. You can rent kayaks. Okay, I found the manatee, and he is huge. Alright, time to go swimming with the manatees. Just kidding. It's super deep in this blue hole. It kind of creeps me out, especially if something as big as a manatee can go unspotted. It's bigger than my kayak. Look at him, he's so cute. He's so big. Jeez. So, even though the water's high, it still feels pretty nice. So, we're gonna go get some dinner at Cherry's restaurant. Heard it was pretty good. And that'll be our last night here. So I thought I would at least check out the springs one more time before we left. And it is very nice. And there's nobody out here. So if a creature from the abyss did take me under, there would be no witness.